Well, we now have a bit of a dilemma on our hands, because if we do this, we aren't actually getting a new array with the same information. We're just pointing to the exact same array. So now what we need to do is basically we would need to create a new array. So rather than doing this line, we'd have to say let B equal a new array, and then I'm going to manually copy in one, two, three. But you probably can see pretty quickly this wouldn't really work if I was running the program, because what's the point of setting it equal to that if we're going to have to manually type it out by hand? So, well, maybe you thought of another way to do it. Maybe you said, let's create a new array called B. We'll set it equal to an empty array, and then we'll loop through everything in A. So we could say for let item of A, and then we would say B dot append, or sorry, B dot push item, and then there. Now we will have taken every item out of A and pushed it into B. And hopefully you think that sounds icky to have to write that out just to copy an array, because it is. So I've got good news for you. The real solution is very similar to what we just did here, where I said, okay, let's create a new array and then put in one, two, three. What if there are 100 items? Well, that's a lot to type, and we may not know how many items are in the array. What we could do is we could do what's called spreading the array, which means take every item out of the array and just spread it out and separate them with commas. So here in B, we can say, let's take A and spread it out. So the syntax for that is you do dot, 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 and then the array you want to spread out. What this does is it says create a new array. Inside of that array, I want you to take every item out of A and copy it into B. So now what this should do is now B is pointing to a different array because we just made a new array here using the square braces. So it's not pointing to this one anymore, which means when we make a change here, it doesn't change B because we copied these items before we made the change. So if we save this and go over to our running code, we get A was originally 1, 2, 3. Then we get B was originally 1, 2, 3. A is now high 2, 3. B is still 1, 2, 3. So this is how you copy information out of an array into a new copy of an array. So you create your array. What is A holding? A is not holding the array. It's holding information about where that array is located. So when you make B, you say go to where A is located, take out all of the items where it tells you, and put them into a new array that we're going to store in B. And now we've successfully actually made a second array that holds the exact same information.